Mic test.
Good morning.
Mic test. Mic test. Hey guys.
You guys can hear me? It's good?
I think they can. They can.
Thon, just for you first, how was your summer? And looks like you worked out in the summer and worked on some things. So tell us about that.
I think I had a great summer. I was here for the most part, and spent some time with my family. Hit the weight room a little bit, but mostly working on my basketball.
Hey, Moose, training with Thon last year and just seeing his development, what did you see as the year went on and how he became kind of a key piece during that playoff stretch?
Well, I think he just got more comfortable. I mean, in this league, he obviously has the talent. He's with his size and length to be able to do a lot of different things, especially spread the floor. It was just about getting comfortable. I mean, everybody goes through that transition. You can't get around that. This is, you're playing with the best basketball players in the world. And so it takes a little bit of adjustment period, and I think once he got comfortable, you were able to see him take the next steps.
And Thon, for you, what was maybe the trickiest part of acclimating to the NBA game? Was it the physicality? Was it the volume of games? What was the toughest part for you?
The toughest part was probably handling the off-court stuff at the same time as on-court, and knowing that on-court is a business, and you got to be able to perform and also, live a regular life.
Kind of for both of you, you kind of settled into a pretty good rhythm where Thon was starting, Moose was coming off the bench, and you kind of were able to optimize your skills in that relationship. How do you build on that this year, and do you see things kind of taking kind of the same format as we start the season?
We just continue to do, our jobs, be the best in our roles while we're on the court. That's all you can control, really. It's what you do while you're on the court. We don't really play together, but I know that he understands what he has to do while he's on the court and who he's playing with, and I understand that when I'm on the court and who I play with. And so now it's just about us, being consistent as a team and just, trying to build on what we accomplished last year.
Greg, I know last year you talked about continuity, and it was something you hadn't had throughout your career. You have that 2 years in a row now, and that's kind of been the theme so far today. How much does that help overall, but especially I'd imagine it's biggest early on in the season?
I think it's huge. Like I said, we have a younger team, but just having guys back and guys who are in a rotation and a part of our core, it'll be huge for us. Our first month is pretty tough. We play a lot of good teams, but I think already being familiar with each other, it's just about trying to get a rhythm early. And like I said, just taking what we accomplished last year and making sure it carries over.
Greg, obviously throughout your career, you've been talking about going to the playoffs. Now that you've had a summer to reflect, what was that playoff experience like, and what did it mean to you?
It was a great experience. It meant a whole lot. That was just one of my goals. If you're a true competitor in this league, that's what it's all about. Getting to it, getting as far as you can. Obviously I would like to go further, but the experience was unbelievable. Especially, we came back here in the BMO. The fans here were out of this world, and it's just a night that I always remember. It was a great experience.
And Thon, for you, obviously it's your rookie year and you're already in the playoffs. Did you see a leap in the way that the game is played when you went to the playoffs?
I definitely did. I enjoyed the playoffs last year, and I felt great just being on the court and experience it. And I can always carry that going forward, and knowing now that when we get to the playoffs, what type of a ball game it is, and what you got to do to win, and how important execution is.
Speaking of the playoffs, guys, do you think about, now that you've got a taste of it or whatever, getting a home playoff series, trying to be in the top four? Is that one of your goals, or winning a playoff series for the first time since 2001? Is that stuff that you guys can realistically think about?
Oh, for sure. We were able to get into the playoffs last year, but one of our goals is definitely playing in multiple rounds. That's definitely something as a team we've talked about, and it's one of our main goals.
before when Jet was up here, he said top 5 defense, that's the goal. And obviously, Thon, you were just here 1 year, but Greg, the last 2 years, it's kind of been a struggle defensively. Do you think that is obtainable, and do you think you guys are ready to do that?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that obviously we will have to work at. And I think everybody understands what we want to accomplish as a defense, how we want to stop teams. Night to night, that changes. And, I think, if it's, it gives guys, a little bit more of a push to know that we're actually shooting for a certain level. And we have to hold each other accountable. I think that's the biggest thing. But also trust each other and make sure that we were always there, we're communicating. And we just have to be consistent in it. I think that's the biggest part.
Thon, defensively, once Chris comes back, you put out a lineup of Malcolm and Tony and Chris and Giannis and you, and that is just a ton of length out there on the floor. What was that like, that transformation defensively, that you guys are really able to put it on teams?
That was what I was talking about pre-draft, when I came with the statement team all length. And I think it was showed by each guy, because we didn't just, go out there and go through the motions. We were playing hard. We held each other accountable, and everybody was, performing using that length that I was talking about. And I thought we did a great job last year. And now, with a healthier unit and kind of going through what we did last year and coming back the same, we've improved by staying the same. So it's going to be big this year.
You mentioned some hard work this summer, but I'm curious, on a lighter side for both of you guys, did you do anything fun over the summer? Did you do anything interesting, exciting, rewarding?
Well, I was probably in one of the most epic lip sync battles in the history of lip sync battles. Especially as far as athletes go. And then I watched Malcolm catch a shark. That was pretty fun. I was there for that. So it was, I didn't really do as much as I might do in a normal summer, but I had a pretty good time, while we were resting. And then I think as a team, we had a pretty good time in Santa Barbara just hanging out.
On my end, I went and saw my little brother play in Houston, so that was good to see. And also in Vegas, I got to watch him there. And then we worked out together. I had an Adidas appearance in Italy, so we worked out together again. So that was some family time for me. I enjoy spending time with my family. And then also, like he said, Santa Barbara, when we got together as a unit, that was really cool to see where everybody was in terms of their development and how each guy improved when we came back here not too long ago. So the off-season was actually pretty fun overall.
Greg, I can't let the lip sync comment go without asking, what's the song and who was the battle with?
So I was in Cabo for a Jordan Brand retreat, basically. So it was a lot of athletes basically on the Jordan Brand. They kind of take you on a retreat and you hang out, and they always have competitions every day. And this year's a lip sync battle. So my team, I was on a team with Jordan Reed, the tight end for the Washington Redskins, Andre Ward, boxing champion. And I had one of the Les twins that just won World of Dance. We did Jackson 5, ABC. It was pretty fun. But they had some other pretty talented people. Michael Finley is one person that stood out a whole lot. He was pretty good. He was amazing. I can't hate. He was really good. And it was a mix of some players now, football players, basketball players. Melo was a part of it. Rip Hamilton did a good job with his team. So it was a lot of fun. It was just good to see guys just kind of just let loose and have fun and kind of show a little bit of personality.
You mentioned the Santa Barbara get together with the team. What's that like when you guys are getting together and there's not really any introductions? Everybody already knows each other and you have a history together. How does that change the vibe?
It makes it easier because you know what you're there to do, and we just got to work. We lifted in the mornings and straight to the basketball in the afternoons, and then went to team dinners and team yogas. So it was kind of really cool, like to see us just gel but we already had that relationship from the previous year. So like you said, we didn't have to reintroduce anybody. So it was easy going.
Thon, last year you and Malcolm both had success as rookies. What do you feel your role is in preparing this year's rookies and kind of showing them what you guys did to be successful and helping them along?
These year's rookies are, probably on a different boat because they're older than I was last year, and they're going to be mature enough to kind of know what they're there to do, what they're here to do, and they're going to listen to everybody else. We already have enough vets on the team to talk to them, but for me, I think the workout part is what I can control. They can kind of see how I'm working, and they can join in. And night school's been really good with some of them. I mean, we only have two, but
Thon, you mentioned maturity there, and I don't think that's really something I've heard you bring out really all that much. Was that an adjustment to go here to the NBA and start playing with men that have been in the league for that long?
I kind of knew that these are grown men, but the biggest thing I understood was that this is a business, and I had to, perform. I had a lot of players that I asked questions, and they answered that this is a business, so you got to take care of yourself, take care of your job first, and then let everything else take care of itself. So for me, I just came in focused, taking care of my craft, work on my body, work on my game.
Is there one thing this summer that you really circled on and said, this is the thing that I have to do better next season?
In terms of basketball, or
Yeah.
I know for sure. I had to hit the weight rooms hard this off season, and I was working on my base a lot, and I knew once I take care of that, I need to take care of my joints, my knees and ankles. So, being this tall and having to guard, bigger guys and also move with the smaller guys, it's going to wear on your body. So I got to take care of my body, and that comes first, building a strong base.
Greg, obviously six-man last year. Is six-man of the year something you're thinking about this year, trying to circle that?
Yeah, it's something in my mind for sure. But I understand that comes with, just team success. I would much rather, be a champion or just get as far as we can. I won't go out there and play for personal goals. That's never been my thing. But I just want to perform at the highest level possible personally to help the team win. And, things like that come with team success. So it's just about, doing what I do, make sure I'm the best version of myself, and try and be a better leader. This year I'll probably be playing with a few younger guys, with the way our team is set up now. So just making sure I'm leading them, and making sure I'm helping them to get better is also while I'm getting better is what I'm trying to focus on right now. But that's definitely something that is in my mind, though.
Greg, we've kind of seen this team grow, and I remember just a couple years ago, man, that was a big deal. You were a free agent coming to Milwaukee, and obviously this team has taken some steady steps forward. But, I mean, to be real, right? I mean, it'd be pretty frustrating if you guys didn't win a playoff series, right? Or if you weren't playing maybe more home games than on the road during the playoffs.
That's a part of our goals is to have home court advantage. That's not anything I don't think anybody on the team is shying from. That's one goal we have set for ourselves, and I wouldn't say it wouldn't be a disappointment if we didn't have it, but that's definitely something that we're shooting for as a team.
Thank you.